If someone refuses to accept ZiG, there is a hotline that you can use to report to FIU. And first we'll talk to them nicely. They continue doing that. There are measures that we can implement that will make them very uncomfortable. So please use that hotline to report anyone who doesn't accept. And the same applies to those who may want to use very high exchange rates as a way of currency discrimination. Please report them to FIU and we will have a conversation with them. The issue of accessibility is real, but this time round, we have said we want to cover over 90% of the country. By the time we are done with this exercise, everyone will be aware of the Big Five ZiG banknote series, and we also make sure that banks try and be as accessible as possible. These days there's what is called agents banking, where a bank can team up with a shop, a shuro, a growth point, or wherever, and be able to offer services. But having said that, also there's also digital money, mobile money. We encourage that as well, because you can bank with a bank in Harare which does not have a branch at Auna and still be able to access be able to pay whoever you want to pay and be able to deposit into the bank whenever you want to deposit. But we are going to try and reach even the remote areas in this exercise. What will happen to tobacco farmers? Nothing is going to change. They will sell their tobacco, and after selling, they will be given 70% in US dollars, and the balance of 30% they will get in ZiG, and they can use it to buy whatever they want to buy. Can they not buy fuel? It's a journey. But what I can tell you right now is, as I said earlier on in my presentation, government has said 50% of your taxes will be paid in ZiG. So if you are a fuel dealer and you are selling your fuel 100% in US dollars, what are you going to do when the day comes for you to pay tax? Where are you going to get the ZiG? You might say to me, oh no, I'll go to the bank and give them US dollars and they will give me ZiG. Yes, that will happen. But guess what will happen also? When the bank is buying that money from you, they buy at the buying rate. Currently, we have a buying rate of just over 25 and a selling rate of around 27. So the rate is anywhere in between that. So if you go with your $1, the bank will buy it from you at 25.5 ZiG. When its selling rate is 27 ZiG. So you have lost. Are you not better off selling your fuel for $1 or 27 ZiG so that you don't lose the 2.5 ZiG? And you can see that there are some fuel dealers I know who are already doing that. They will sell their fuel in ZiG, especially bulk fuel. They will say, you want 60,000 liters, give you 60,000 liters, give me in ZiG. So it's happening, and it will continue to happen as we further and further entrench the use of ZiG, and as we also increase the proportion of taxes, government services that are paid for in local currency. People were complaining that you have $100 in your wallet, and you wake up tomorrow it's zero. You don't know who has taken it. And this was arising because there are ghost accounts that are with network operators. There was some youngsters in Chitumisa who were caught with 50 SIM cards. Those are accounts. And you wonder how one person can have 50 SIM cards. When you drill down, you find that those SIM cards, either they are owned by someone who died many years ago, or the national ID number on there is incorrect. So we have said to the mobile network operators, we will not allow a situation where people lose their money and we can't trace where it went to. So we have said they must clean up their databases and ensure that every line, every wallet is linked to a valid ID. And they can do that by checking with the National Registry. And we want them to do that by 30 June because it prevents money laundering, it prevents fraud. We have also said to the mobile money, EcoCash, One Money, Telecash, they must also do what the banks are doing. No charge for transactions below $5. Please let us know. Then we also saw a situation where they were issuing loans to you, but in the process they were doing money because any loans should be backed by a bank deposit. Even they don't have bank deposits, but they were issuing loans. So we now want those loans to be underwritten by a bank, and we will be monitoring that because this is what causes inflation, because these institutions could be printing money by giving you those loans. So the other issue that we wanted to address extensively in the monetary policy statement is the issue of when do we go monocurrency? When are we going to start exclusively using ZiG and not use other currencies? And by monocurrency, what we mean is that domestic transactions, me paying you, you paying me, will be done in local currency. There is no point, no reason why Zimbabweans should pay each other in a currency which is 10,000 kilometers away. But we are not yet ready to get there for reasons that I'm going to give you later. But when we do get there, it does not mean that the money that is in your account in US dollars is going to be converted. No. You continue to keep your US dollar account, but you find yourself having to change it because if you want to go and buy bread, the supermarket will say to you, no, I will not take your dollar. Go to the bureau to change it into ZiG and I'll give you bread. So the conversion from US dollars to ZiG will be voluntary. It's you who is going to be deciding when you want to convert. By the same token, if you borrow money in US dollars, because wakambo benefita kudhara pakatakaita 1-to-1 paya wakakureta leseo kwakakureta $1 million. It became $1 million Zimbabwe dollars. Then in 3 months it became nothing. If you borrow money in US dollars, you will be expected to repay it in US dollars. Even when we go to monocurrency as so cheap. But you might say, Kokana, Tower monocurrency, I am equating in US dollars. Where will I get the dollars to repay? You will be allowed to go on the willing seller, willing buyer market and buy that currency and pay the loan. Unless the bank itself says to you, no, just give me the equivalent in ZiG. It's up to the bank. But any contract, any transaction that will continue to maintain the currency in which it was contracted. So when will we then be ready to go monocurrency? We said when we have durable macroeconomic stability characterized by low and stable inflation at single-digit levels. Are we there yet? Partially. We are at single-digit levels. We are in a stable environment. 4.1% in January, 3.8% in February, but we have not sustained because the key word is durable. For it to be durable, it has to last for quite some time. So we are on the right track, but maybe not yet ready. We said number 2, we can go monocurrency if we have adequate foreign currency reserves of at least 3 to 6 months of import cover in the medium to long term. Currently, I said we are on 1.5 months, which means we are not ready. But at the rate at which we are accumulating reserves, it's not surprising if we are ready by 2027. or 2028. So we said it's no longer about the date of 2030, it's about when will we have achieved these CPs.